Thought I'd do a little video just explaining the beef. First of all, I don't have any malice towards the king. You know, if I woke up tomorrow and he'd blown up and he'd made a load of money, I'd probably sit back on my couch, giggle and say fair play to the lad. But you know, I'm doing this video because for people that are looking, they might see it as some sort of bullying or whatnot, and it's not. He's on his live every night, and he has been for the last probably month or so, with a sob story going on that all this is happening to him, this, that, and the other, and everyone's doing this to him, and he lets people believe that it's me that's done it, and I don't know. I think he like tags off my name on here because I've got more followers than the other lads, you know, and it's not me. I haven't done anything to him, like, basically. But what I'll do is I'll tell you the backstory, what's actually gone on, like, and you can all make your own minds up. If you can be arsed listening, this is what's happened, basically. Right, so months ago, when he only had a few hundred followers, I started following him. And you know, I thought, oh, this guy seems all right. He's a grafter. He's out there trying to earn a bit of money. Like, I didn't give a crap about what he did or how he was doing it. I just thought, you know, he's out there grafting. And then I noticed he would doing a few things that he probably shouldn't have been doing in trade he was in. It's like if a brickie puts a video on and he's laying bricks sideways instead of straight, a load of other brickies are going to jump straight on his videos telling him you're doing it wrong, you know, or maybe offering him advice. And what you should do is take the advice on board, like. So I got tagged in one of his videos stripping mattresses. Someone said, here, might be a way for you to save some money, and I just simply replied back to him saying, it's not for me, that, you know, I charge my customer the right price, I throw it on my van, I get rid of it. That was it. Next thing, he pops up. Yeah, but I didn't ask you, did I? No one was talking to you, with you know, a snotty response, like. So I thought, a bit arrogant, like, you know, I ain't even talking to you. Then all of a sudden his account blew up, and, you know, his ego just blew up with it, bad, like. And you know, he did another video, and I commented on it again, just offering him some advice, like, you know, trying to help the lad. And again, I got some snotty reply back, you know, really snotty reply. So, you know, TikTok for me is a bit of fun. I unfollowed him at that point. I thought, you're an arrogant man, you know, it's gone to your head, and you could see it had gone to his head when he's knocking on doors saying, you know, you might have seen me off TikTok. You know, these are 60-odd-year-old blokes in the house. They haven't seen him on TikTok. So anyway, I unfollowed him, left it at that. And then I saw some other videos coming on my For You page. So, you know, no, I didn't. I did a video, actually, thinking you're an arrogant man, and that with that. So then he posted in his network, you know, do you think Weight and Load Man deserves a thingy? So these people in his network, they started screenshotting it and sending it me. Because these people in his network, I've give plenty work to, thousands of pounds work to these lads that was in his network. You know, they'd made nothing out of him, so nobody voted on his poll, and they all sent me screenshots. So I called him out on it, and he got a bit upset that everyone in his network were screenshotting it and sending it me, and they weren't backing him up. So I called him out on it, and then, you know, it kind of spiraled from there. So anyway, the negative responses to comments, you can go on his TikTok and look on his videos. You'll see, you know, anyone gives any constructive criticism, anything like that, he just jumps down the throat bad, you know. And he did it to a few other lads, same ones. So he eventually tried charging these people in this group to weed out the rats that were in there that were sending me screenshots, he said. So they all just left the group. So another lad set another WhatsApp group up and just said, you know, I'll set a proper WhatsApp group up. It's free, jump in. So these lads jumped in for free. Nobody stole any data. You can't steal WhatsApp data. Anyway, these people in the group, you know, a lot of them were pissed off with him. He'd ripped them off. There were a few other stories, stuff like that. You know, different kinds of things. Like, people were telling me stories about what he'd been saying and that. And yeah. Anyway, lo and behold, I got added to this group. I didn't set this group up. I got added to it as well. Like, lo and behold, he got added to it, the king. And to be fair, he held his own in there. He gave as good as he got. Like, nobody said all the things he's crying about on his on his lives and that. nobody said anything like that, and that's why I've asked him many times, come jump on live with me, we'll go through it, like go through the evidence that you keep saying you've got. Nobody said. There were some out of order comments. I was the one who jumped in defending him, saying, no, leave it at that, we're not going there. Like, I think I only had about 5 different conversations while I was in that group. Well, messages, every one of them was in favour of Sam. I was saying, oh no, I'm on Sam's side here, because he was holding his own, but he brought someone's wife into it, and then he called another girl who was a friend of this girl, and that's how it all kind of spiralled into some of the bad messages. And I said to my missus, I said, listen, I don't think he can handle this TikTok stuff, and that, I feel a bit bad for him, so I'm just going to stay out of it. So I sent him a message. I said, listen, I don't think it's for you, mate. I feel like it's affecting you a bit. If you want me, I'll tell everyone to call it quits right now, like, and that's it. And anyway, he just bombarded me with a lot of abuse, and I thought, this is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? I'm trying to help you here. Anyway, I left the group. A couple of days later, I reached out to him again. Listen, enough's enough, like, leave it at that. I don't think it's good. If you want to be a content creator, you're gonna have to get thicker skin. You're gonna have to get used to it. It's the type of thing that happens on there. Like, anyway, load of abuse again. So I put in this group, I said, listen, leave him alone now. It's affecting him a bit. Leave him alone. I think he kind of wants us to do stuff so he can put videos on and that. I said he'll probably hate it even more if we leave him alone. So for 3 weeks, not one person did a video, said anything about him. Yet every night he was on his lives, telling people that he's getting bombarded with messages, threats, all this, and not one person had done anything. So it was just a sob story. And he says there's 30 odd lads. There were 30 lads in the group when he was in it. There's only five or six people. I couldn't tell you 25 of them lads in that group. There's only 5 or 6 people actually speaking it. So another exaggeration. Today it was 50 people when he was on beach. He said there was 50 people. But you can't prove it. Like I said, there were some naughty comments. Nothing like what he says, just banterish comments, like, but a bit over the top. So, anyway, long story short, very long story, by the looks of it. I've not been involved with him for weeks and weeks and weeks. I've not spoke anything. I've had the odd messages off him, which I can show, just abuse again. Didn't even reply. Then all of a sudden, last night, 11 o'clock at night, I'm tucked up in bed, my little daughter's birthday, I've got missed calls. So I've woke up to these missed calls. I found out that he were on his live after a few scoops, and he were giving it big bollocks, ringing people up and that. So I thought I'll ring him up today. So I rang him up this morning. He started off all apologetic. I was dead calm on there. I didn't really say anything. And then by the end of the conversation, he's threatening. He's threatening again. He's coming through my door. All this malarkey. And what I'll do is I'll put the video on YouTube of the conversation. If you can be bothered, go to my YouTube and watch it, and you'll see exactly what I'm on about. I don't say anything on it, anything at all, like. And all of a sudden, he just goes from 0 to irate like that. Anyway, if you've watched this 8-minute video about something you're probably not really bothered about, I hope you can understand what it's done. It's the only reason I've done a video today, because he's threatened to come to my house and that, which I'd love him to do. If you want to be a content creator, like I said, you've got to get thick. You've got to have thick skin. I do TikTok for fun. I'm not bothered about the money. I probably average about £1.50 a video. I'm not bothered about that. But he wants to do it full time. He says it does, and if he did, fair play to him. I'd support him. But what he should be doing is, I'd be looking at it thinking, you know what, I'm shit at waste removal, but that's the content that's getting all my views. So what I'll do is I'll go out and make more shit at waste removal videos on purpose to get more views, and that's how he'll make money. But he doesn't. He actually thinks he's the best at waste removal, and his videos flop. He just gets abuse for it. But I'd flip that on the other side, like, say, I don't know. I don't want it to look like I'm out there bullying, because I'm not. Everything I've done, I've tried to help the man, and all I've got is arrogant responses. Anyway, if you've made it this far, fair fucks to you. And on another note, if someone had made that video about me, I'd absolutely piss myself. You've got to take it on chin. I get a lot of it, but I love it. I just turn it into content. That's what it's about, being on TikTok. Social media is a bad place, and if you can't handle it mentally, it's not the place for you. But anyway, I do wish him all the best. this is the last I'll say on the matter. His name won't come out my mouth again. Yeah, I wish you all the best. Good luck.